Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Couple, here comes the switch. Yodel hangs on for two in a row.
All right, good Saturday night to everybody. Oh, this doesn't look like it is. There we go. No one ever said this was professional. Good Saturday night to everybody. Sorry about the time change, I will explain. At the last minute this afternoon, we decided to have a pool party. So, grilled out burgers, brats, and chicken and a whole bunch of other stuff. Kids in the pool. It's just wrapping up now. So that is why we are late tonight. Thinking maybe we should move this to Sunday. I'm going to put up another poll as to when you guys think we should do this. But we got a lot of stuff to cover, okay? Last week we had a tie, and I said 2 were going. So we're actually going to take 3. The top 2 that tied, and then the second place dog. Earlier this afternoon, I did do the drawing because we after tonight we'll have 24 dogs, so we got 1 space left. I did do the drawing and I videotaped it, so that'll be here. And we had a little poker tournament last week in Palm Beach. I put out a call. Basically, I thought I tagged a few other of the tracks that had poker rooms to do the same thing. Haven't heard anything, but thank you to Palm Beach Kennel Club, Teresa Hume, Barbara Massey, Heather, and I'm sorry I keep forgetting the other lady's name, but it was a success. It looked a little bit bleak there in the beginning, but poker players are like Los Angeles and California. Everybody's always fashionably late. We had 21 people in the tournament, and the structure encourages people spending a lot of money. Yours truly spent $200 only to be knocked out in 11th place. So you buy in for $50, and then you can add on before the tournament even starts. Once you're at 1,500 trips or below, and you start out with 1,500, you can pay another $20 and get another I think it was 1,000 or 1,500 chips. So you can double your stack. And then once you fall below 1,500, or you get knocked out and have 0 chips left, you can pay $20 to get 1,500, and then another $20 to get 1,500 more. So as you can see, I'm not the only one that did it. There were several people that did it. For those of you that know poker, I just had a terrible run of luck. I mean, the game is about 70% skill, 30% luck. To give you an example, 4 times I had ace queen and I went all in. and I lost all 4 hands. 2 times I was short on chips and I had king queen. I went all in, lost both times. So with pretty good hands, 4 pretty good hands and 2 pretty good all in hands when you're short stacked, I lost all of them. So then I was out in 11th place, and then we live streamed the. Once we got down, once I got knocked out, then they consolidated everybody to one table, and we had a final table. So I broadcasted that a little bit. My one fault in that is that I should explain the game of poker to those that didn't know the game of poker. So next time I will. I have a feeling that's not going to be the last time we're going to have a poker tournament at Palm Beach. But we did a little video, so in case you haven't seen it, let me see if I can pull it up here. And of course. Okay, we're going to start this over again. Let him race. So it was a good time. The guy with the tattoos on his arm that was on the phone, he was actually to the left of me when I was playing. And interesting guy. He actually drove for Motley Crue. And if any of you guys, I know I hand out a lot of cards and describe to you what we're doing. So if any of you guys are watching the live here or the replay, especially Mo, it's good to meet you, Mo. Thanks for watching and thanks for playing again. And hopefully we can I'll come across the coast and do it again. That was a fun time. So any of the guys that played in the tournament, if you're watching, thanks a lot. We appreciate your help. And if you could spread the word, overturn13.org, keepgreyhoundsracing.org. All right, without further ado, it's time. Last week's winners were UB Darth Vader and Manzano Sunshine, both tied for first. Patsy News for second. So since I said we were going to take first and second place, we're going to take those 3 dogs. Okay, so let's take a look at UB Darth Vader's race. That got him into the tournament.
Round 1 in the King and Queens. Julian is on the move. Here comes a Julian. The Greyhounds are off in round 1 of the King and Queen Stakes. 8 males here as they come by the front stretch. 2, 3, 7, 5, 8, 4, 1. The 2 in front to the paddock turn. That's the Superior Wildcat. Your leader, the 7, UB Darth Vader second, followed by J.S. Drew's Money. J.D. Blur down the backstretch. 2, 7, 5, 8, 3, 1, 4, 6. The far turn now. Superior Wildcat is your leader. The 7 is heard from now. It's Darth Vader. Down the stretch they come. And anybody's race to take, yet the 2 will try to hold off the 7 and the 5 at the line, close for the win. Darth Vader closer for the place. Hold on second.
So a close win there for Darth Vader puts him in the tournament. And the other dog that tied last week was Candy and Jerry Beck's Manzano Sunshine.
And here's Rusty. And they're off. 5, 6, and 8 get the early call. 3 rushes up. 4, 1, 6, and 7 into the turn to go. Tightly packed, and Manzano Sunshine grabs the lead. GT Sports Jock there second. That one's followed by OK's Marcella and GS Porsche. 8, 7, 5, 6, gap back to 3, 4, 2, and 1. And it's Manzano Sunshine with the lead. GT Sports Jock there on the chase. We're down to these 2. Manzano Sunshine, GT Sports Jock, Manzano Sunshine. 8, 7, 5, 6.
Okay, Manzano Sunshine advances. And our third advancer from last week is Pat C. News.
And here's Rusty. And they're off, and Patsy News right to the top. 5, 2, 1, 8, 6, 3, 7, and 4. And Patsy News has opened up a 6-length lead. Back to second is OK's Boulder Dash. Then comes Wild Guard, followed by LK's Easy Express. Patsy News with the lead. Boulder Dash trying to make it up in second. And Wild Guard in third as they turn for home. Patsy News looking for 8 in a row, but here comes Boulder Dash to make it close. Patsy News and Boulder Dash photo for win.
So that was Patsy News. Almost actually box to wire there with the win. So Patsy News advances into the tournament. And again, you guys already know which dogs are coming up because when I switched the show to 9:15, I forgot to reschedule the poll to come out at 9:45. So you already know which dogs are coming up. So I'm going to keep you waiting a little bit here. And here is the tournament draw that I did earlier today. Keep in mind, this is not professional. I do the best I can, but this will start next week. Here is the drawings for the pairings for the tournament. Seeing as how Max Trudeau is the national champ, he automatically will go to the top of the left side bracket. And here is the drawing from the other stakes race winners for the top side of the right hand bracket. And we have LK's High Pockets. So we'll move LK's High Pockets over to the top of the right hand side bracket. And we will continue drawing from the stakes winners for the preferred positions. And the next one is Patsy Sly Cooper, winner of the Bob Balf Puppy Stakes. So Patsy Sly Cooper will go back to the left hand side and basically drop them down. Patsy Sly Cooper will drop down into a favorable slot on the left hand side of the tournament bracket. And I apologize for the slowness. I just put this together. I've never really free-handed a tournament bracket before, so this is a first. So now we'll go back to the right hand side of the bracket and pick another stakes race winner, and that will be Cherokee Fiddle. So Cherokee Fiddle will go down to the lower part of the bracket. And I believe we have 2 left, so we'll go back to the left side of the bracket and pick another stakes winner who will also get another favorable place in the bracket, and that will be Duxbury. So Duxbury will get placed into the third bracket down, I believe, as we don't want all the stakes race winners meeting up in the second round. So that leaves I forgot good as gold, so when I was doing the drawing, we're going to draw a few here to fill out this bracket, and next is up is JS Boomtastic. Sorry about that. But JS Boomtastic has the unenviable position of going up against Max Trudeau. That's just the luck of the draw. Next we'll fill the two positions below it, I believe. We'll spin those around. And when I was drawing them, I cannot see the names. So next will be Kentucky Fly. So we're going to fill out the whole left side of the bracket, drawing out of the names left. So Kentucky Fly will go into the third spot on the left-hand side of the bracket. And let's see who Kentucky Fly will meet in the first round. And Kentucky, well, that's where I made the mistake. So good as gold will drop down to another favorable spot. And the only place left was the Duxbury bracket, so that could be a good one. But for the most part, we avoided having the stakes race winners go against each other in the second round. So Kentucky Fly's opponent will be My Eyes Adored You. Next we find a opponent for Duxbury. And that opponent is UB Darth Vader. UB Darth Vader could be a stakes race winner, I believe, tonight in Iowa. I don't know if he was still left in the field. I haven't been able to watch any of that because I've been out all day. And I'm going to have a house full of people tonight for a party. Okay, good as gold. I'm sorry, Duxbury's opponent. I'm sorry, good as gold's opponent will be Manzano Sunshine. And we'll shrink that down, and so it's good as gold versus Manzano Sunshine. Need 3 more names to fill up the left side bracket, and we're going to go down to the Patsy Sly Cooper area. And in that first bracket below Manzano Sunshine will be Uwaskali Wabbit. We'll move Uwaskali Rabbit over there and find an opponent for Uwaskali Rabbit. And that opponent will be mix them up good. Flat Chat Cuppa Yodel versus Uwaskali Rabbit. All right, we'll complete this bracket to find a opponent for Patsy Sly Cooper. This is what we're just going to call the left side bracket. That's going to be the left side bracket winner versus the right side bracket winner for the first hand title. And Patsy Sly Cooper's opponent is Paint the Trail. And let's move Paint the Trail over into her spot. And that is the left-hand side bracket. Now let's go over and fill the right-hand side bracket. So we need an opponent for LK's High Pockets. And we'll mix them up again. And that opponent will be Patsy News. All right, 2 more for that top bracket, the LK's High Pockets bracket. Mix them up again and let's get a name out of there. And Swamp Yankee, Asa. That's going to be a tough bracket there, but let's see who. We need an opponent for Swamp Yankee. Wouldn't that be funny if it's Flamenco Dancer? Let's see who Swamp Yankee's opponent is in round 1. It's going to be KB's Brawler, Leo Stillmock, Tamara's dog KB's Brawler versus Swamp Yankee. All right, let's fill that middle bracket up. As soon as that gets straightened out. All right, the first dog in the middle bracket is Jackrabbit Slim. So Jackrabbit Slim will slip into there. And if you notice too that the top of each bracket is easier to get down to the final because you're going to run one less race. And Jackrabbit Slim's opponent is going to be Serious Mischief. I believe that's Bob Crossland, a Bob Crossland dog. So Serious Mischief versus Jackrabbit Slim. All right, let's fill out the last 2 from the middle bracket on the right side. First will be the 95-pounder PRM Arkansas. And let's see who's PRM Arkansas's opponent is going to be in round 1. It's going to be WW's Malort. So PM Arkansas versus WW's Malort in round 1 on the right side bracket. All right, we've got 2 more to fill for the right side bracket bottom. The first one's going to be BD Badger. We'll call this the Cherokee Fiddle area of the bracket. Cherokee Fiddle having been a stakes race winner. So we have BD Badger, and BD Badger's opponent will be Flamenco Dancer. Okay, and Cherokee Fiddle's opponent will be the winner of tonight. It's poll. So there you have it. Those are the 2 brackets, all set and ready to go. We'll have these posted up on the Facebook page and the website page probably by tomorrow. All right, there you have it. Sorry that was a bit long and boring, but that was the draw. So we have the brackets for the tournament, which will start with next week's edition of Keep Greyhounds Racing. We'll probably do 2 of them. So one head-to-head and another head-to-head. And like I said, we're going to take the last 3 races for each dog. So in dog A, we'll show their 3 races versus dog B. We'll show their last 3 races, regardless of where they finished. Okay? And then there will be a poll, and you will vote as to the winner. And then we'll go over to the right side of the bracket and do dog A there, start at the top, versus dog B. 3 races we'll show for each, and we'll put up a poll and you will vote, and we will keep doing that March Madness style until we get a winner. And then we'll do it all over again for the end of the year, and then hopefully the first winner here will still be racing versus the winner of the second one, and we'll keep doing this and keep doing this as long as there's interest. It's a sort of fun exercise. Everybody gets to see the dogs. All right, so without further ado, you already know the dogs' names for this week, but we're going to show the races anyways. The first one, as you saw in the poll, is DS Bubbles.
Here's Spunky, and race 15 is underway. At the break, number 4 is getting an early jump, neck and neck with that 7, close with the 8 and 5. Number 4, DS Bubbles, holding on to that lead, stretching out a little bit, close with number 8, Kenny Rogers. A little bit further back, we've got that 7, 6, and 3. Number 4, DS Bubbles, still holding on, but that 8's trying to charge, gain some speed, and take over that top spot. Down the stretch, it's going to be an easy one for number 4, second number 8, followed by that 7 and 5.
Another easy win for DS Bubbles. DS Bubbles was here a couple weeks ago. All right, dog number 2 tonight is Irreplaceable.
Here comes Swifty. And they're off 2 heads to the outside with the early lead. 8, 1, 4, 3, 5, 7, and 6. Irreplaceable, the 2. 1 and 8 by Little Jam behind 4. 8, 5 took a bump. It's the 2 Irreplaceable ahead of it, though. The 8 Imar Toledo. There's the 6 BGR coming around. 5, 4, 3. 7 and 1. Irreplaceable, the 2. Not bothering to look back. The 6 BGR coming around. Moves up in a second. 8, 5 moves up on the rail. There's the 3 down the stretch. 2, 6, 5, and 3. 2 Irreplaceable goes box to wire.
No doubter about that. Box to wire for Irreplaceable. Never look back. Never had to look back. All right. Now we got a close one here. Here's a close race. And Manzano Zia Fire. Could we have 2 Manzanos in the tournament? Here's that race.
Here comes Rusty. Racing front half of the Tri Super, very tight at the break. 5 shows the nose. 1 runs up. 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, and 3. Cavalry charging in that first bend. And 5's your leader, Ember Moon. 7 clear second. Manzano Zia Fire. 1 on the rail. Max Ember. 5, 7, 1, 4, 3, 8. 2 and 6 at the back of the pack. And Ember Moon at 20 to 1. Looking to steal it. Here comes Manzano Zia Fire. 1 is Max Ember as we turn for home. 5, 7, 1 and 3. 5 looks to hang on. 7 under a rally. It's a head bob under the line. Hold all tickets. The camera will decide the winner of race 6. 7 winner, Manzano Zia Fire. Lester Rains, owned by Albuquerque's own Jerry or Candy Beck. And Mike Gerard, your trainer.
That was a close one. Holy moly. And I thought I had the photo on that, but you've pretty much seen it. I think it was posted. All right, the next dog, as you may well know, is, I think this was RCB Char's Run.
Julian, the Greyhounds are off. The 4 with a good start here. That's a Hay and Deep. In front, 1, 6, 7, 8, 5, and the 2. Into the paddock turn they go. The 1 in front now. That's JW Nut and Honey. In front, the 6, JD Amentia second, followed by RCB Char's Run to the outside third. It's an Evidence front to the rail. Then the 3 XK Wanted. Around the far turn, 1, 7, 6, 5, 3, 4, and the 8. The 7's trying to take control here. Down the stretch they come. The 7 from the outside is at the line in front by almost 3 lengths. RCB Char's Run.
Nice finish there by RCB Char's Run. Good race. All right, and last but not least, we got 5 this week is Resisting Arrest. I love that name.
Here comes Rusty. Away in racing in the 4th. 7 with a fast start. 6 rushes up 1. Back to the 3, 4, 8, 5, and 2. And GS Cassidy right to the rail and right to the lead. 3, Stay Gold Lease in the chase second. There's the 4, Dutch Remy. 2. That's Mariposa. 7, 3, 4, 2. 5816, 5 lengths cover, front to back, and Cassidy skimming the rail at 701. Here comes the 5 resisting arrest under a rally as we turn for home. 7-5, 4 and 8, 7 in the lead. 5 under a rally. We hit the line. They're inseparable. Please hold all tickets very tight between those two.
And that was, the winner was Resisting Arrest in another close photo finish. Okay, so the 5 dogs this week, we got DS Bubbles. Again, I think that's the second time. Irreplaceable, Manzano Zia Fire, RCB Char's Run, and Resisting Arrest. If I'm not mistaken, Resisting Arrest is also a 2-time finalist here. So let's take a look at the finishes for all the races.
Take over that top spot. Down the stretch, it's going to be an easy one for number 4, second number 8, followed by that 7 and 5.
5 moves up on the rail. There's the 3 down the stretch. 2, 6, 5, and 3. 2 Irreplaceable goes box to wire.
As we turn for home, 5, 7, 1 and 3. 5 looks to hang on. 7 under a rally. It's a head bob under the line. Hold all tickets. The camera will decide the winner of race 6.
Here, down the stretch they come. The 7 from the outside is at the line in front by almost 3 lengths. RCB Char's Run.
Under a rally as we turn for home. 7-5, 4 and 8, 7 in the lead. 5 under a rally. We hit a line. They're inseparable. Please hold all tickets very tight between those two.
All right, there you have it. DS Bubbles, Irreplaceable, Manzano Zia Fire, RCB Char's Run, and Resisting Arrest. And I know many of you have already voted on the poll already due to my failure to actually pay attention to what the hell was going on. I don't know. I only had 1 beer, but I don't drink, so who knows? That's my excuse, and I'll stick to it. Okay, again, the poker tournament was a blast. I'm sure we'll be doing it again. I loved staying in Palm Beach. This second time I was at the track, but we actually stayed 3 days and just sort of get some R&R in. Job is taxing. Fighting the anti-race morons is taxing. So that's that. Lawsuit is still full steam ahead as far as I understand. Nothing new to report this week. As I said last week, the draft from the lawyer, first draft is there. I'm assuming there will be several because there was more information requested, which we are all working on to get to the lawyers as well. So that's all I can say about that. Otherwise, I will get myself in trouble, and I do a good enough job of that. I don't need to help that along. So with that, like I said, I'm going to run a poll. Saturday night may not be the best time for this. Maybe Sunday. See, even I don't know everything. We have our PR guy. I didn't even know we had a PR guy. Thanks for keeping me in the dark. That's okay. I've been busy at work all week, so it was probably somewhere that I missed. But that's cool. A lot of stuff moving on behind the scenes. A lot of stuff. So, again, maybe this is better on a Sunday. I mean, basically all the tracks are dark. I may be able to get some trainers. I want to do some interviews just like we did with Chris Metz. So, yeah, that's great. All volunteers. Not like, well, hell, let's mention it, okay? I mean, I posted it. This is Keep Greyhounds Racing. We're trying to keep dogs out of groups that are giving dogs. There's actually pro racing groups giving dogs to antis. We all know who that is up in Orlando. That she's also taking a salary. So to me, that's not really volunteerish. I don't see anybody at GST taking salaries and all the others, but that's neither here or there. I had to shut down this Carrie person who PM'd me backtracking again on her statement that, and I quote, that she said anybody who thought that greyhounds were being shipped to China for meat was a quote-unquote dickhead. So I called her out on that, and I got a PM from her, and I just gave her a little piece of my mind and then blocked her and told her don't ever contact me again. It's funny. Elite Greyhounds. Come to think of it, I was in that area last weekend, and, well, there's nobody paying themselves a salary. As many of you know, Elite is sobbing Sonia, the champion of the dogs, that she runs her quote-unquote rescue out of her homestead, so her house and her farm or whatever else she does there. But she's not taking a salary, but when you look at her tax returns, she is paying herself rent. Okay, so if you're a really true volunteer caring about the dogs, you wouldn't have to be paying yourself rent. Much less if you were doing it, I wouldn't want it to be on a 990 tax return, which is out in the open, which, of course, we all know that's the way we scrutinize these organizations. You know, there's another way to do that. You could actually, quote unquote, donate that $1,800 a month is the number. Okay, she lives on a piece of property that's worth about $700,000. So I got to figure that she's trying to help herself pay the mortgage, but using the dogs to do it. Okay, so number one, we know, yeah, she did take some. She was the one who took the broken leg dogs, had some kind of agreement, and I don't know. I don't know if this is true or not, but I was told that the breaking point for her getting cut off was she was asking for a $100,000 generator for her compound, and she wanted either Palm Beach or somebody else to pay for it, and basically, whoever it was basically told her to go take a hike, and that's basically when she started with the anti-racing story. So here you got a lady that's, of questionable morals, questionable integrity. I'm not going to mention the other stuff. I mean, taking $1,800 a month when you say you're trying to help the dogs. And the $1,800 we know, because that's on her latest tax return. So, like I said, you could quote unquote donate that $1,800 and put it on your personal taxes as a write-off, but you don't get as big a benefit as the direct payment to yourself. But then again, I would want to do it on my personal taxes and forego the bigger benefit to me, because you could hide it because nobody can see you. Her personal tax returns are not public record, but the 990 of Elite is, and she's paying herself $1,800 a month on her most recent tax return for rent and what have you. So, what's the other gem we discovered this week? Some Allstate agent in Lakeland was trying to get people to call for car insurance quotes or home insurance, life insurance quotes, and for every quote he gave out, he would give $10 to the Florida SPCA. Well, when we dug up their 990, we found that 80% of their donations were going to salary. So a few of us posted on his timeline, and he basically deleted us all. I wrote to Allstate. They don't seem to care. My car insurance is with Esurance, which is an Allstate company, and I told them I would be looking to replace them this week as well. So, you want to support that kind of shit, that's fine. I don't want to do business with you. SPCA, Florida SPCA. So that's it. That's from the fraud desk. Maybe we should run a segment here called the fraud desk. Or I remember back in Milwaukee, I don't know, and there may be people here back in Milwaukee back in the day, in the 80s on WQFM, there was a DJ duo of Jim Rodeo and Gene Miller. And it was the Rodeo and Miller show. and they would run a segment every day called Nose Hit News. So basically no shit news, but it was nose, N-O-S-E, and then hit, H-I-T, news. And they would come up with wacky stories that basically left you saying, no shit? So, yeah, that could be something we could resurrect that and have our own version of Nose Hit News, because those last 3 stories I mentioned basically qualify for Nose Hit News. All right, we're going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, don't forget to go over to Keep Greyhounds Racing Facebook page and vote. The more people, the more here that spread the word that Greyhound Racing is fine and alive and well, the more we will get ahead of certain people on the search results. Once again, spread all the pages on Keep Greyhounds Racing when you're trying to educate people, because there's a lot of educational stuff on that page, and we are adding to it weekly. So with that, have a good weekend, everybody. Have a safe 4th of July. We will be back Saturday. We're going to try for the regular time at 8 o'clock. And then, like I say, I'm going to put out a poll, and maybe we'll start doing it on Sundays after that. So the poll you'll be able to add. Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple times up there. I may just put one, Sunday at 8. And the poll will let you add a date and time. Okay? So add it to the poll and vote on that. I'll probably put that up around Monday-ish. So have a good weekend. Have a great, safe 4th of July. The idiots are blowing off fireworks in our neighborhood tonight already, so I'm going to have to turn up all the TVs and stuff for the dogs. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a good weekend, and have a good, safe 4th of July, and have a good week.
Shut up and sit down.
Down the stretch for the birthday boy. There's one skip. Solo at 12 to 1.
Shut up and sit down.